In this video tutorial, I'll be taking through how you can swap ADA on the Cardano blockchain for MATIC over on Polygon through the Blueshift decentralized exchange now that wrapped smart contracts have been enabled thanks to Mercometer. Sounds too good to be true. It sounds like a Frankenstein solution, but this is really cool innovations put together by the teams to make this all happen. So let's get into this tutorial. So we can start the process by going to app.blueshift.fi. This will take you directly to the DEX itself. Links are in the video notes. Now, the very first thing that we notice here is that I am already connected to the Cardano blockchain. So we've got Cardano, C1, Algorand, A1, Kava, and Polygon. So there are all the blockchains that the DEX is currently interacting with. Now, you also can see here that I've connected my Cardano wallet and I'm using Eternal at the moment. It does also support Flint and Typhon and will support more wallets as more development is done. Now, here on the swap screen, you can see that I've already selected ADA and I can expand this. I can see which network I'm on. So my network is defined by the top right hand corner there. And then I can swap over to these other networks. And in this case, I can connect to the Polygon network and choose MATIC as my destination token. So now I'm swapping ADA for MATIC. This is really, really strange. So let me just put in 10 ADA here. The DEX itself will do its calculation. So here I can get 4.7 MATIC in return. And there's some details down here. So 2 ADA, yes, 2.1 ADA for 1 MATIC. Minimum receive, yes. There's bridging fees in this process as well, which is very minimal. There's also amount of ADA that's locked up in the bridge and a bit on the EVM side as well. All refundable if you're doing the reverse action. Okay, so everything looks good here, but I also need to put in my EVM address, the destination address of where this MATIC will appear. So I'll go over here to my MetaMask wallet, I'll copy that and I'll paste that in. All right. So everything looks good. Let's perform the swap. Just double check there and away we go. Now the DEX is now bridging my ADA over to Mercometer. So this does take a little bit of time and I do have to sign transaction in my Eternal wallet. So let me just sign it. You can't see it on your screen. Now, while we're waiting for this transaction to happen, I'll explain exactly what's happening here. So I've just signed a transaction on the Cardano side of things, and that is sending ADA over to Mercometer. And this is done by a bridge. So the ADA is now being locked up in the bridge, and then a virtual wrapped asset is created on the EVM side of things on Mercometer. And now that is placed into a virtual address, which is mapped to my Cardano address. And only my Cardano wallet can interact with that mapped address on the EVM side of things. And now when the assets are finally bridged over, I'll be signing another transaction to that virtual mapped address to interact with Blueshift's Layer 0 protocol. And this is a Layer 0 protocol built on the Cosmos SDK that allows for this cross-chain swap from Mercometer C1 to the Polygon blockchain. Now, this is really cool stuff. This is where the interoperability happens and opens up Cardano to all this extra liquidity and interactivity between different chains. So I'll be signing a transaction on my mapped EVM address on Mercometer, and that will interact with the cross-chain protocol, and that will release the assets on the Polygon side of things once it's complete the swap. So it's really cool what the team have done, and as soon as this is done, you'll see the rest of it in action. And here you can see that it's gone to step 2 now, so it's swapping the ADA for the MATIC. So this is when it's interacting with the Blueshift Layer 0 protocol itself. And my Eternal wallet has come up again, so I have to sign another transaction here. Now, in this case, my transaction failed. So it failed to build the transaction for the final signing. So now this does happen from time to time, and it's failed on step 2 here of transacting and swapping that ADA for the MATIC. Now, what you can do here is just redo the process. It doesn't ask you to move your entire 10 ADA again because 10 ADA which I've used in this swap, is already on my mapped EVM address. So use that balance that's there. You can't see it, you can't access it yourself, but when you perform the transaction, it will ask you for a lesser amount, like it won't ask you for that full amount of 10 ADA. So let me just close this and go back to the form. And I can see here I've got a balance of 11.9 ADA in this particular address at the moment, and that is coming in from my mapped virtual address. If I check my actual Cardano wallet itself, I have a lot more ADA in there. So that is indicated that there is some ADA still in my mapped EVM address on the Milkometer side of things. So I'm going to perform this swap again. It will be a lot faster because I don't need to bridge the assets over. So let me hit that swap and sign this transaction. So there we go. So step one's already complete. I didn't need to bridge the assets over because they are already there. And now I'm directly swapping ADA for MATIC. So it's proceeding to step two, and my wallet is now prompting me to sign another transaction. So I'm just waiting for this transaction now to complete, and then I should see the MATIC that I swapped for, the full MATIC, 4.6 or so MATIC, appear in my MetaMask wallet. And you can see here in the notification, transaction in Blues chain. And Blues chain is that layer 0 protocol that I was talking about that's built by the Blueshift team. And there we go. It looks like it's complete. So sending tokens from Cardano to Milkometer, that is all done. So let's have a look at my wallet and see what's going on here. So there we go. I can see the MATIC now in my wallet from that particular swap. So let me just recap what's happened here. So I've just swapped ADA on the Cardano blockchain for MATIC on Polygon. And this is all done via wrap smart contracts over to the Blueshift decentralized exchange, which is built on Milkometer, and then it's swapped it via the Blues chain layer 0 protocol over to Polygon. Absolutely amazing. This is a whole new level of interoperability for the Cardano ecosystem, and something very, very new for anyone that is interested in bridging out and interacting with different protocols out there. So if you really like this, please check out the Blueshift decentralized exchange. You can get to the website at blueshift.fi. Make sure you join all of our socials, our Discord and Telegram group. There you can get a lot of support and more information about our products and everything that we provide for the DeFi ecosystem.